Cheers to the Scotsman. In memory of Archibald John Dalgleish, born Roxburghshire, Scotland, 1839. Late of Lake Bolac, which is sort of in Victoria. Died 1818. 1918, sorry.
You can't get much more Scot than Dalgleish, can you?
Yeah, Dalgleish is pretty Scottish. This one's slightly been knackered, put it mildly. We've got some pretty prominent ones out the back here too. These are natives of Dornoch. However you pronounce it, Scotland. Died in 1889, 1879, 1863. Quite substantial. Murdoch, Mackenzie. Again native of Scotland. Died in Melbourne, 1896. And obviously came to a family plot.
Got the whole cemetery. Hello, is there anyone here who'd like to talk to me today? My name's Bethany. The gentleman with the glasses and the black jacket is Rick. The young lady connected to the dolly that's on the rock is BB. Would you like to introduce yourself and have a chat? Yes, I don't have my dog with me. Last time we were here, I had my dog with me.
Can you tell us your name? Is it Stephen? Cheryl? Is any of the Learmonth brothers here? Any of the Learmonth family?
Picking up a Melissa, are you here?
Oh, hi there. How are you? Yes, I'm Rick. This is Bethany. Could you call out your name for us?
You can take the sound that's coming out of the little black box on the rock, and you can manipulate it to talk to us.
That's me. It's a nice view up here. You can see all the way to Lake Learmonth. Did you live around here on these hills somewhere?
Yes. We're good, how are you? Is there an Andrew? Paul? Hi Paul, how are you?
Somebody said cat before. What's that short for? Katrina?
Mishka.
Mishka? That's a dog I used to have. Mishka.
Yeah, wasn't that your Samoyed?
That was my Samoyed.
I just got Mishka.
Did you used to have pets?
Purse. That's BB.
Beautiful hill, this one. Beautiful view.
A lot of people from Scotland here.
That's BB.
Says hi. Mishka.
So the wind's picked up. There's a Mishka. A couple of times we've heard Mishka. Trig.
I don't have my dog with me this time. I had my dog with me. Dog, yeah.
Do you mind us being up here and visiting? Is it okay while you're here? Do you get many people trying to talk to you?
Is Trim a cat? Yes. Who belonged to Trim the cat? Megan?
What sort of work did you do when you lived around here? War? Were you in the war? That was pretty clear. Okay, Beth's got to try some rods. Right. Can you tell us, are you a male? Are there any females around? Yep. Who would like to talk? Does a male want to talk? No. Does a female want to talk? Yep. Okay, thank you. So, it's alright. Just the settings. Alright, so are you buried here at this cemetery? Thank you. Have you lived in this area for a fair while? You're pretty, okay. It looks, were you pretty new to the area? Okay, thank you. Did you pass away with illness?
She's right behind me. But it's like there's a barrier. Like I'm feeling like it's not me, there's a barrier between her and I. It's like there's a wall. She's having trouble. I don't think it's deliberate. I think it's more of a neurological. It's not me. My guide's going, no, you're fine, which is changed lately. But it's more her understanding of where she is isn't great.
Okay. Can you settle the rods for a minute so we can talk to you a little bit? Alright. When you passed, I'm going to do some counting. And can you let us know roughly how old you were? Yes, good. Alright, so I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm going to start off. Were you in your teens? Were you in your 20s? Were you in your 30s?
I think she's Indigenous.
Are you Indigenous? You're Aboriginal?
You're from the land? Yeah,
You're
chronological
from
age.
this land.
Yeah. Chronological age, I don't think, was something they measured.
And were you buried in this cemetery? Okay.
It's not a cemetery.
Were you buried before there was a burial ground here? Okay. So you were buried here in this area before the whites came
Now
and
she's
put
got
up
it.
all of these concrete things.
Now she's got it. It's
Right.
not a neurological thing. It's more of a time, a snippet in time.
Well, it's nice to speak to you, and we give you and your clan, your tribe, we give you lots of respect.
It's only a short
You were
lady.
the first people here. We respect that.
It's a little short lady. She's an elderly lady.
And we send apologies for any wrongs that were done to you.
She's got like grey hair, and it's kind of pulled up on top of her head and kind of tied up with something. But you can see the bits that have come out. It's very, very long. Like she's a little lady, but she's old. No disrespect. She's old, but she's very, 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 very old. Do you know what I mean?
I hear a motorbike in the distance. There's a couple of kids riding their motorbike up. It's very country around here.
She's very, very old. Like she's not. And she's got like something tying her hair up to keep it off the back of her neck. And she's got nothing on top. And she's got like a little. It's like a little skirt. It's made out of. I'm trying to not sound like a stupid white chick. It's like plaited into. It's like a whole bunch of strands of grasses that are plaited, and it's in a pattern. It's been knotted. She's wearing a skirt. She's got nothing on top. But she's not worried about that. She's got this little skirt that comes just past her knees, and it's all knotted. It's all knotted, individual knotted strands. She's a lovely sort of nurturing, sort of wise sort of energy, and she's got one of the knotted handmade baskets, and there's stuff in it that she's collected, like bits of trees and herbs and stuff, and bark and stuff in it. I know where she walked in from, but she came right behind me.
Just pull out your rods again.
She's got no teeth at the front.
Okay. Now, do you see other people around apart from us? Yes. Do you see a tall man in a suit, well dressed, with a hat?
She doesn't like him.
Yeah, because he's standing. I've been feeling him over on my left-hand side, which is over this way.
She doesn't like him.
I don't think we'll pick him up on the camera, but he's a rather tall man, rather stern.
Looks like one of the men in black. That's what
One
I'm
of the men
getting.
in black.
Yeah.
Well, he seemed to be very dominant in the area.
Yeah.
Had a little bit of power in some form or another.
She doesn't. She's not keen on
Yeah,
him
I
at all.
kind of like felt that you would feel him.
She's not keen.
You're not very keen on him.
No, she'd rather stay here than go over there.
That's okay. You don't have to go anywhere near it.
She's got something in her hand. She's taken something out of the bag, and it's like animal bones, but it's kind of a rattle, I think, and it's got animal bones on it, and she's shaking it at him to try and get him to go away. Like I don't know whether she's a medicine woman or
This guy that's I'm feeling, he's just a bit gruff. It's not any harm or anything. He's just.
She's doing
It's
this.
like an overseer of. He was probably an overseer of property around here or something, and he's overseeing this land here now, because he's apparently buried here, is what I'm picking up too, so not sure who he is.
But this lady, she doesn't like it. She's shaking this thing at him and she's talking to him in her
And this
native
is the thing
language.
too,
And
it's
she's
like,
telling him to go away. It's like, from what I'm getting, I can't understand what she's saying. But the intent is like, bugger off, mate.
and this is the thing too, it's like we as people, there are some people we connect to and some people we like and some people we don't like, and it's the same with spirit. You can have a dozen spirit in an area, and you can have 4 or 5 spirit that don't like another 4 or 5 spirit. They don't like their energy, don't like their attitudes. It's the same as us.
I think her issue with him goes back to when she was on Earth. I think it's that whole
Yeah,
settlers and
probably
and
because he
indigenous.
tried to domineer the
Yeah.
area,
And she doesn't like it.
and tried to domineer the natives that were here too, and of course all the natives that were in this area were moved.
She's showing me her ankle, and there's a scar around her ankle where a shackle or a chain used to be. Like she's touching her ankle like this. She's sitting on the rock behind me. She's touching her ankle like this, and there's like she's a very dark lady, but there's like a patch on her ankle where she keeps doing this. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. She keeps touching her ankle like that, and the pigment in her skin has changed. It's scarred. It's lighter. She's a very dark lady, and it's lighter. And she's touching it, and she's pointing to him, and she's showing me that it goes right round, and there's a bigger scar at the back. It's like there was a shackle on her ankle.
Which they did do to the Aboriginals here when they did try to move them on.
Yeah.
Or try to enslave them as well.
And she's showing me she's getting really, she's like, oh, she can hear me. Okay, I can tell her all this stuff. And she's got one, she's showing me her wrists too, and there's a thinner one around her wrist, and she's doing this. So maybe the shackle went from her wrists around her neck, and she had one down on her ankles, like she's doing this, and she's showing me this. And she's trying to show me that it was all connected. She's a lovely lady.
And this male that I'm connecting to, still standing over in this area over here. Don't think we'll pick him up at all on the camera, but very, very gruff, very lord of the manor type of thing, lord of the land, and one of the early settlers. And there's I think it was more to do with farming, settling the land and all that sort of stuff, but I think he had quite a substantial bit of land from what I'm feeling. And his whole attitude towards people was, I'm in it to make profit. I'm in it to make a name for myself. I don't care about anybody else. People were just profit. People were puppets to him.
I'm getting,
It's the sense that I'm getting.
You know the photos you see, and it's really shameful. You see the early settlement of Australia. It's really, really shameful. Like the native people all lined up against a shed. It's like a collar, a metal collar around their neck, and then it comes down, and then it goes onto their wrist, or they've just got the collar and they're all shackled together. And then that's what she's showing me. She's not upset with us, but she doesn't like him.
Yep.
She's actually I'm feeling she's quite protective of me because I'm a woman, and he obviously didn't treat me well.
So I send you a lot of respect and a lot of love. The wind's starting to kick up a little bit. We're going to have a bit of an explore around some of the grounds here. You're quite welcome to follow us around while we're here, but you can't come home with us. We've got enough spirit at home as it is. But we will come back. We do send you lots of love and light, and we'll also send a couple of our guides your way in case you do want to cross over. They can help lead you through the light, lead you back to family who are waiting.
She tells me
Our guides are very good at doing that wherever we go. quite often our guides step in and do help spirit cross over. Quite often we don't have to do too much at all. We just send that thought, that energy out there, and that's how to do it.
This is where she belongs, but she doesn't want to go.
We know this is where you belong, so you probably won't go.
She's connected here. She's connected here. She doesn't. For her, that's a white man concept,
This is your land.
and she belongs here.
This is your view. And what a view it is.
Yeah.
And you're quite welcome to stay.
Yeah. That's a white man concept to her. She stays here because this is where she belongs.
This is your land, you're part of the land.
And this is where she needs to be.
In time, your people will come to find you too. Quite often when you go to cemeteries, you do pick up spirit. Some cemeteries you pick up absolutely nothing at all. We usually pick up something, and often we find that spirit sort of keep their distance a bit, and occasionally you get one or two that will come to have a bit of a chat to you. Got visitors coming into the cemetery, so we'll just be very careful of what we are doing. We're just
She's trying to give me a word.
historic caretakers. That's what we are.
She's trying to give me a word. She's laughing because I can't get it.
Quite often though, if you just ask, you sometimes get spirit coming towards you, and you know they feel your attitude, and if they feel that your morals are good, they'll come forward and have a bit of a chat. And it's just a matter of just opening up your senses. I mean, it's not that you will often see them. Occasionally, if you're lucky, you might see a shadow or see a figure or something. But the thing is, most of the time you just got to go by your feelings. Trust your senses, trust your feelings. If you get stories in your mind, you get visions, pictures, whatever, that's all good.
She's laughing at me because I can't get it.
Beth's cracking up laughing because she's trying to...
She's trying to teach me a word in her language, and I am so dyslexic, I can't get it. And she's laughing her ass off.
You're not born Aboriginal.
No, I was not born with phonics either. I'm dyslexic.
You were born dyslexic. There's just a couple down here I wanted to have a look at. These ones are sort of like sitting out alone. There's obviously a burial here. Or it's marked but unmarked. It's not substantial.
Child's
Grave, probably a child, Bethany is thinking, and so am I. Just have a squeeze over here. Inscription there says gone but not forgotten. Let's go to what's left. Got Harris, this one. Look, just walking through this area here, I'm sort of like sinking into the ground. A few little spots, so I would say there were some burials that are not marked at all. So this is possibly a burial. send blessings to all that were buried here in the cemetery. That's what you do. And yeah, a couple of old ones, no markings, so we don't know who's here. Get over here. There's a couple over here I want to have a look at as well. Before we sign out. Beth's still trying to get this Aboriginal word. She says, I'm the worst language student.
I understand why I can't get it.
You ought to hear her try to talk English.
I have my own language. It's called Bethany. It's called. People need to learn how to speak Bethany.
Yeah, that's it. People have got to learn to speak and understand Bethany.
And
It's as simple as that.
the subtext is actually Englishing.
What's Englishing? It's Englishing.
So I make up my own words.
It's a special language that is all
It's all mine.
Bethany's.
That's right. If you don't understand Bethany, you learn it pretty quickly.
You don't see tiles too often.
This is interesting. This is not me. I don't know what that is.
Again, one of the older ones. Bit of wrought iron. There's a little bit of wrought iron on some of the graves. Not a lot. Quite a hill, quite a view.
She's trying to give me the word for healer. For doctor, for healer.
Okay.
Except I'm a dyslexic Australian chick and I can't pick up the phonics of it. But I don't know whether she thinks I need a healer. She's a healer. She does the medicine. But she keeps pointing to me and saying, so she thinks that she's picking up on the pain, I'd say. So that's good. She's like,
Go. She's probably trying to send you a little bit of healing while you're here.
I'm thinking that's what the go is.
And you know, when
I'm in a lot of pain
this is the
today.
thing too. It's like when you are in cemeteries, you might come across spirit that do feel that you are in pain. They do feel that you have some sort of an illness.
You feel
And,
you might be emotionally not
you
doing
know,
so well.
If in their life that they were some form of healer, they quite often step forward and try to give you in some sort of form, some sort of spiritual healing.
Yeah, that's what she's doing. That's the word I'm trying to get, and I can't get it. But see, that's like my spirit girl Bessie. She used to work in a hospice. She was a nurse, and she often flashes the ball and starts talking to me when I'm really, in pain. She tries to help.
The thing is that, you know, people wander around cemeteries or wander around other places, abandoned places or whatever, and I think that the spirit are just, you know, roaming around. And a lot of times, yeah, they are just roaming around. They are lost souls. They are lost and confused. But there are times when they're quite at peace with the land, and they're quite happy to be where they are, and they don't really want to go anywhere else. And if they're happy and content spirit where they are, it's like just now with this Aboriginal lady who's part of this land,
Yeah, she's
connected to Bethany, and this Aboriginal lady being a healer realised that Bethany needs a lot of healing,
I'm in a lot of pain
because
today.
there's a lot of issues that Bethany is actually going through, and getting out just today has been an absolute miracle.
Yeah, because I haven't been
Quite
out.
often we've had to abandon investigations because Bethany just has not been able to get up off the couch. So, so this Aboriginal lady obviously was stating something about healing and trying to give.
She's laughing at her ass off. I can't get the word.
You can't get the word,
No.
yeah, but all in all, she's still got that healing thing,
Yeah.
even though she's in spirit. Realizes Bethany needs a little bit
But
of healing.
she's also suffered as well. She's also suffered as well because she's showing me the scars in her ankle.
Yep.
And the scarring around
Yep.
her neck and the scarring on her arm. So for someone who's Indigenous to pick up that a dyslexic white Australian chick is in pain, that takes a huge amount of empathy, and for someone to step past the past and live in, and see what is happening now, because I don't look like the guy that was up the back. I'm not in the same clothing. I'm not dressed as a Victorian lady. So
And we've got some people coming for a walk in now, so we'll shut off the video.
yeah,
Just very quickly, this headstone here, as soon as we came in, I was immediately drawn to it, and this is
Oh,
going to
look,
be
it's
the
John
last
West.
little stop.
sorry, John West, the tuna guy.
The tuna guy. All right, so this is Henry John West.
So he
And
went
the-
his.
What Bethany's little
His-
joke is, he's a tuna guy
Yeah,
because John West Tuna.
Yeah, so his name was Henry, but he went by
And
his middle
he-
name, John.
The
And he was
ironic thing is that if he was John West the tuna bloke, it says underneath it, who was accidentally drowned. So, John West the tuna bloke was accidentally drowned.
I didn't see that. I just saw John West and got
Some
a
bloody big tuna jumped over the top of the boat, knocked him over, and he drowned.